never imagined my life would change overnight. Just yesterday, I was an ordinary high school girl struggling with homework, and today, whispers followed me everywhere. It started when I walked into class wearing the same faded sneakers I'd owned for years. No one noticed me then, and honestly, I didn't care. My family wasn't rich. Dad worked long hours at a local garage, and Mom stitched clothes at home. Every penny mattered. Luxury was never an option. But one rainy evening, as I helped Mom clear her sewing table, I noticed an old envelope tucked beneath a pile of fabric scraps. It looked strange. The envelope was addressed to me, in handwriting I didn't recognize. Confused, I opened it, expecting maybe a school notice or some forgotten letter from a friend. Inside were documents and a bank slip. My jaw nearly dropped when I read the balance. It wasn't just money. It was millions under my name. I thought it was a prank. Maybe someone was trying to mess with me. But then I saw legal papers, inheritance documents with my full details. Apparently, my late grandfather, whom I barely knew, had left me his entire fortune. He had been a businessman, wealthy beyond what my parents ever told me. I rushed to show Mom. Her face turned pale when she saw the papers. She whispered, "Your grandfather wanted you to have a different life than ours. It didn't feel real. How could a broke student like me suddenly become a millionaire?" The thought made my heart race faster than any exam ever did. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept staring at the bank slip, the long string of numbers almost mocking me. Could this really belong to me? At school the next day, I tried to act normal, but my mind was racing. I wanted to scream the truth, but fear kept me silent. What if people treated me differently? What if friends only stayed close for money? I'd seen those stories online, and I didn't want to be used. Still, the secret weighed heavy. When my best friend Lily asked why I looked distracted, I almost blurted it out, but I bit my tongue. During lunch, I overheard classmates talking about expensive vacations and clothes. For the first time, I realized I could afford all of it and more. But the strange thing was, I didn't feel happy. Instead, I felt trapped. Having money didn't make me feel free. It made me feel exposed. When I got home, Dad was unusually quiet. He finally admitted he knew about the inheritance but wanted to protect me until I was old enough. "Money changes people," he said firmly. "You have to be careful, Emma. Promise me you won't tell anyone until you know who to trust." I nodded, but the curiosity burned inside me. What was I supposed to do, live normally while sitting on millions? That felt impossible. That weekend, I tested the waters. I went shopping alone, bought a pair of sneakers I'd always wanted, and felt both guilty and excited swiping the card. When I wore the new sneakers to school, everyone noticed. Compliments flew my way, but a few classmates gave me suspicious glances, as if something felt off. Lily asked, "Since when can you afford stuff like that?" I laughed nervously and shrugged, pretending it was just a lucky sale at the mall. But the truth was harder to hide. I started upgrading little things: a new backpack, better lunches, even treating myself to nice stationery I'd never bought before. Each purchase made me feel alive, yet also terrified. It was like living two lives. Broke student on the outside, secret millionaire on the inside. The turning point came when I anonymously donated to a school fundraiser. The principal announced a mysterious donor had given thousands. My classmates buzzed with curiosity. "That's insane," Lily whispered. "Who would just drop that kind of money?" I stayed silent, my heart pounding, afraid my face would give me away. But being generous felt good. It was the first time I realized money could actually change lives, not just by sneakers or flashy things. Still, whispers grew. People started noticing my little lifestyle changes. Rumors spread that I had a secret boyfriend spoiling me, or worse, that I was lying. Even my teachers seemed curious. One of them asked if everything was okay at home, hinting that my sudden changes didn't go unnoticed. I just smiled. By now, keeping the secret felt unbearable. I wanted to scream the truth, but I knew once I did, life would never be normal again. At lunch, a group of popular kids suddenly invited me to sit with them. They'd ignored me for years now. They acted like I belonged. They asked questions casually, but their eyes were sharp. "So, Emma, your new stuff looks cool. Did you win the lottery or something?" I forced a laugh. Inside, panic spread. I wanted to vanish, but instead, I joked, "Yeah, sure. I scratched a lucky ticket." Everyone laughed, but some didn't look convinced. After that, I noticed how fast word spread. By the end of the day, random students were whispering, stealing glances at me, as if I was hiding something. That night, I locked my bedroom door, staring at the growing balance in my account. The numbers looked powerful, but they felt like a curse. I remembered Dad's warning. Money changes people. He was right. Already, people were treating me differently, even without knowing the full truth. It was terrifying. The next morning, Lily confronted me. "Emma, be honest. Something's going on. You've changed. You don't tell me things anymore. Did I do something wrong? Her words stung. I wanted to tell her everything, but fear of losing her as a real friend kept me silent. I lied. It's nothing. Lily didn't look convinced. She frowned, hurt, and walked away. For the first time, I realized keeping the secret might cost me my closest friendship. I broke down in my room that night, tears soaking my pillow. I had everything I thought I wanted, yet somehow, I'd never felt so alone. The next week, I caught a boy from my class snooping in my backpack when I left it unattended. He jumped when I confronted him. "I thought you had money stashed in here," he blurted out nervously before running off. My stomach dropped. The rumors were getting completely out of control. By now, even teachers whispered in the hallway. I overheard one saying, "She's not the same quiet Emma anymore. Something's definitely happening at home." I hated how the attention was suffocating me. I never asked for this life. The money was supposed to make things easier, not ruin my peace. At lunch, Lily ignored me, sitting at another table. The empty chair beside me felt heavier than anything I had ever carried in my life. I began noticing fake smiles around me. People who had never spoken to me suddenly asked for favors, trying to get close. It felt disgusting. That night, I stood in front of the mirror, staring at my reflection. "Who am I even becoming?" I whispered, gripping the bathroom sink tightly. For the first time, I questioned whether I should just tell the truth. Maybe if people knew, the lies and rumors would finally stop spreading. But then I thought of Dad again. His voice echoed in my mind. "Money brings attention, and attention brings danger. Never let people know too much." I closed my laptop after checking my balance. The screen still glowed with 6 zeros, but all I felt was dread. This wasn't freedom, it was a trap. The next morning, I walked into class only to find silence. Everyone stared at me as if I had grown to heads. Something was definitely wrong. On the board was a photo of me, one I'd never posted, standing near the luxury car outside my house. My blood ran cold. Whispers erupted immediately. "See? I told you she's hiding something." My classmates exchanged looks filled with both envy and suspicion. My secret was unraveling too fast. I tried to laugh it off, saying, "That's not even my car," but my voice cracked. The photo had already done the damage. Nobody believed me. Even Lily glanced at me, her expression torn between anger and confusion. I couldn't blame her. I had lied too many times already. Later, the principal called me into the office. "Emma," she said carefully, "students are talking. Do you want to explain what's really going on?" My palms sweated. I mumbled excuses about it being a misunderstanding, but deep down, I knew I was losing control. Lies couldn't cover this forever. On my way home, I noticed a car following me. My heart pounded. Was it a coincidence, or had someone finally connected the dots about my money? I hurried into the house, locking the door behind me. Through the window blinds, headlights flashed, then vanished. Whoever it was, they knew too much already. That night, sleep refused to come. The money in my account no longer felt like a secret treasure. It felt like a curse I couldn't escape. The next day at school, Lily cornered me by the lockers. "Emma, stop lying. I saw the photo. Are you seriously hiding all of this from me?" Her eyes were filled with hurt, not anger. That made it worse. She was the one person I didn't want to lose, yet I kept lying. "I can't explain right now," I whispered, trying to avoid her stare. But Lily shook her head. "Then don't call me your best friend anymore." Her words pierced deeper than any rumor. I watched her walk away, surrounded by people who once ignored her but now leaned in, hungry for gossip. By lunch, my phone buzzed nonstop with anonymous messages. "Rich faker, buy us lunch, millionaire. Why do you even come to public school if you're rich?" I wanted to scream, to tell them the truth, that I never asked for this, that money didn't erase loneliness. But no one would listen. Instead, I sat alone, staring at the cafeteria doors, waiting for Lily to come back. She didn't. The empty chair haunted me like a ghost. That evening, Dad noticed my silence. "Emma, I warned you," he said gravely. "When people know you're different, they stop seeing you as human." I broke down, tears streaming. "But Dad, I'm losing everything. My best friend, my school. I just wanted to live normally." "Why me?" He pulled me into a hug. "Because life gave us this curse disguised as luck." "But Emma, strength isn't in money, it's in how you carry it." The next morning, whispers turned into open stares. Everyone looked at me like I was a stranger. My stomach dropped when I saw Lily standing with them. She held up her phone, showing messages and screenshots, bank transfers, photos, even a glimpse of my secret shopping. Someone had gotten into my private files. Emma, tell me this isn't real, Lily demanded, voice trembling. But her eyes already held the answer. She thought I was lying from the very beginning. I tried to reach for her arm, but she pulled away. The betrayal stung. The girl who once defended me was now leading the crowd against me. Suddenly, one of the boys shouted, "If you're so rich, prove it. Buy us all something." Laughter erupted, cruel and sharp, echoing through the hallway. I froze, trapped between humiliation and rage. Was I supposed to flash my card just to be accepted? Their greed only confirmed my worst fears. Instead, I shoved past them, running out of the school. My heart pounded in my ears as I gasped for air. This wasn't the life I wanted. At home, I collapsed on my bed. My phone buzzed again, another text from Lily. "We can't be friends if you keep lying." I'm sorry. Her words were like a knife twisting deeper. I stared at the ceiling, realizing the truth. Even money couldn't buy back the trust I had shattered. That night, I made a decision. If the world wanted to expose me, fine. But I would reveal the truth myself on my own terms.